Hello, wonderful souls, my friends. Um, what should I say? My my friends is the best thing I think. My partners who always listen to me, people who believe in me, people who support me. So thank you for being there for me always. And I think friendship is one of the most important relationships, right? So I would say that you are all my friends, definitely. So today I'm going to talk about the intricate art of respecting boundaries. Let's delve into this topic today. Boundaries are extremely important in any relationship. Think of this as a friendly discussion that we are having, where we are not just talking about boundaries, but understanding why they matter and how to honor them in real, meaningful ways. So let's settle in, let's be comfortable, and let's start this journey together where I shall talk about boundaries. Why are boundaries important? Boundaries are like these personal rules we establish to maintain our emotional and mental well being. They define who we are, what we value, and how we want to be treated. They are the cornerstone of healthy relationships because they ensure mutual respect and understanding. Right? When you define the boundaries that this is what you like, this is what is non negotiable in your relationship, then you are making sure that the other person understands what your values are, what is important to you. Now, let me give you an example. Say there is a husband and wife, and the wife is an introvert, and so she values her alone time. For her, it is essential for recharging herself. That is the way she balances herself, who she is. And the husband respects this boundary by not intruding when she needs her space. By understanding and respecting her need for solitude, the husband nurtures her well being and creates an environment where she feels safe and understood. Instead, if the husband would have complained and said that, what is this solitude? Why do you need your separate time? Let's just, be there for me when I want you to be there. Then that would have created a conflict. So, this is a boundary that you're drawing because it is for your me time. It is about yourself. It is about your self love. And so you are drawing a boundary. Communicate openly with each other. That is important in drawing the boundaries, that you communicate with each other, you say what is going on in your mind. Now, say for example, the husband values honesty a lot, and the wife who is aware of this ensures open communication in their relationship. She openly shares her thoughts and feelings, creating a safe space for the husband also to do the same. This open communication becomes the foundation of their trust, allowing them to understand each other's boundaries and preferences fully. So you honor what each other is trying to say, what they are trying to communicate to you by sharing what is important to them. So communication is key. It is the first point that you need to follow. The second important point for respecting boundaries is empathy and active listening. Let's consider a husband and wife, and the husband finds it hard to talk about certain past experiences due to emotional pain that he feels when he talks about them. But the wife is empathetic. She senses his discomfort, so instead of pushing him to share, she just listens actively, allowing him to express himself at his own pace, taking his own time. This empathy and active listening creates a safe space where emotional boundaries are respected, strengthening their emotional connection. So, I'm sorry, but I needed to have that water. So, this is how, by kind of actively listening to each other, they are allowing space, and building those boundaries. Those emotional boundaries are being respected, and their emotional connection is also strengthening because they are listening to each other. The third thing that you can do is honor emotional boundaries. Now, say for example, the wife is working somewhere and she dreams of a career change. And the husband, although aware of the challenges, he supports her dream wholeheartedly. His unwavering support not only respects her emotional boundary, but also strengthens her emotional bond. By honoring each other's dreams and aspirations, they create an environment of encouragement and love. Because the husband is going to support her, has decided that he's going to support her come what may. Though it might be challenging, she might not achieve everything in one go or in a certain stipulated time, but he has taken a call that he is going to let her try, and he's going to be supportive of whatever she wants to do. So, this is another important point. The fourth one is consent and physical boundaries. These are really important in our lives. So, take a husband and wife, for example. The wife understands the significance of consent and she respects the husband's physical boundaries. So, before any intimate gesture, she asks for his consent, or he asks for her consent as well, ensuring that both the partners are comfortable and willing. This mutual respect enhances their intimacy and makes their relationship a sanctuary of trust and love. Because they ask each other whether this is okay, whether this is not. What is it that you are comfortable with? What is it that matters to you more? Because even in intimacy, there are different things that matter to different people. For a wife, a hug and some quality time is important. For a husband, being more appreciative maybe is more important. Kind words are important. So, to each his own. Things can be different for each other. And the balance is when you uh, respect these boundaries, when you understand where you need to draw a line, where you need to know that you cannot go beyond this line. Because these relationships are important to you. And to nurture them, you need to make these boundaries and you need to honor them, because that is the way you are giving space to your partner. You are letting your partner be who he or she is, by letting them be originally who they are instead of putting up any appearances in a relationship, because that doesn't help. That takes the relationship nowhere. So, communication is key, it's important. Share empathy, understand the physical boundaries, take consent, um, practice a lot of active listening instead of judging, instead of making statements. Be careful and be responsive, be loving, and that can itself solve so many problems. So, there you have it. This respecting boundaries in relationships is not just about understanding them, but also about communicating openly, being empathetic, and honoring each other's emotional and physical limits. So remember that boundaries are the threads that weave the fabric of healthy relationships. It's a wonderful line, isn't it? So share this knowledge, practice it in your life, and watch your relationships flourish. Always coming from a place of love can solve any relationship problem. However hard it is, it can heal the deepest wounds. And so you do the same. You respect each other's boundaries, and that is the way you are respecting each other and loving each other and nourishing each other. Thank you for being a part of this insightful conversation. I hope there was some learning in this for you. Carry these lessons with you, and let's create a world where every relationship is built on respect, understanding, and love. Until next time, take care and keep nurturing those beautiful connections in your life. And don't forget to write to me on the email which is given below, relationship.answers@gmail.com, where you can send me any query that you have, any struggle that you're going through in your relationship, and your identity will be kept confidential. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and I will be answering questions related to the emails and queries that I receive on social media and in writing to me. So I shall see you again tomorrow and answer some important questions which people have sent to me. And I hope they will give you the strength to write to me and to get your problems solved. So thank you so much again for listening. Take care and keep nourishing those relationships.